श्री, कहाँ हो तुम? Why aren't you answering my phone?
I'm angry with you, Papa. You really forgotten us.
आयला तिवारी कहाँ गायब है तू? पता है यहाँ टास्क में भी सब तेरे को बहुत याद करते हैं.
We fear there's a dangerous coalition taking place, and we need you right now. Can I count you in?
Hello all, welcome to the team of Family Man. I want to start asking you, Manoj, you're so natural as Shrikant Tiwari. It's in the way you interact with your kids, your wife, your colleagues. It's almost as if कि यार ये मनोज बाजपेयी है कि Shrikant Tiwari है, there's almost no line there.
Right.
And I also saw an interview where you said that you at least try to live a middle class life.
Right.
I want to know, what are the character traits or personality traits that you share with Shrikant Tiwari in real life?
You know, I've been thinking about it. Thank you very much for calling it natural, because this has been the effort of all of us to make him look as real as possible in his day-to-day, interaction. How close I am, I don't think I can survive one day if you put me in his shoes, because he's like cockroach. He survives any situation.
Only similarity between you and Shrikant Tiwari, the main similarity is he gets buzzed out in real life by the daughter.
That's the only similarity. Yeah, both of us in the same boat, actually, that way.
Okay.
Yeah.
You agree to that?
Oh, yes.
Yeah, he's actually, when you said you can't tell the difference between Manoj and Shrikant Tiwari, I can tell a lot. It looks so natural that you would think that's how he's in real life, and he's really not at all. So I'm always still surprised, even after second season, that whenever he goes in front of camera, he changes. Otherwise, he's got a different body language, different way of speaking, different wit, the whole thing. And sometimes I wonder, before he goes in, especially when the new season is starting, I'm thinking I think he's changed. Shit, he's not going to look the same anymore. He's not going to act the same anymore. But I think he somehow snaps into it. It's strange. I don't think he knows it either.
Okay.
I don't know. Unless he's a big, everything is a put on.
No, I mean, see, I'm just telling, Samantha was also in the interview. So it's a very personal, preparation. Once you have a meeting with the director, you try to understand their vision, you try to understand what kind of a character that they want to see on the screen, you take their interpretation, and then, you get into your own space and you prepare.
Right.
You prepare on all the elements and the backstory you create. You do all things possible to create a character which is very similar to what they want, but at the same time, my effort is to make him look something that people have not seen.
Right.
Okay, that's my personal effort. But when it comes to directors, I don't share too many things with them, because eventually my director is interested. What am I getting out of this performance? Is he delivering or not? Is he surprising me or not? He's not interested in my process.
Right.
He's not interested in where I'm going to jump, how I'm killing myself. He's not interested. It's not going to impress him if I tell him about my process. He will be impressed, and he will be complimenting me if I deliver it right in front of the camera. But yes, the preparation and all the hard work, or everything that is very personal for an actor. I think so. Yeah.
Sure.
Okay.
Makes sense.
Samantha, if I could ask you, how did you get drawn into the Family Man's family? Was it the Telugu connection? Did that have something to do with it?
The character written was a Tamil character, and so we were looking for someone. We've been true to it, even in season 1, to get people who are instead of somebody else playing that character. We wanted to get the right people to play the right character. So we were looking for somebody to.
And I'm very grateful to Raj and DK for that. That they actually didn't get comfortable here in Mumbai, but actually always look for actors all over the country, and that's amazing, because there are so many actors
Correct.
all over the country who are just waiting for their chance. And I don't think I would have had a role written for me like the role of Raji. So I'm extremely grateful that he didn't decide to cast in Mumbai only.
No, she's a supremely talented actress, and then we didn't really think that she would do it.
Okay.
Or we thought, some people suggested, of course, we had a quick idea as to who should play this, and then her name came up, and
Why were you apprehensive?
Sorry?
Why were you apprehensive?
Because it is a very demanding role to start with, a very intense, demanding role, and it's not the typical role. It's not a typical role at all, and it's also physically intense.
All right.
You really have, and a lot of training to be done, and action and all that stuff.
Correct, correct.
You really should be wanting to do a role like this, and I can't convince anyone to do it. So
Right,
that was the first resistance. So then when she was actually looking to do it, and that's what surprised us.
Actually, Manoj, that's one of my questions to you. This is probably the longest that you've stayed with a character in your career.
Anyone? I mean, yeah, why me? I mean, anyone who has been doing films for for more than 24 years. It's the longest that you can be.
Yeah, and there's season 3 also to come, so it will be much longer than this. What is the most challenging aspect? Because this role is also physically demanding.
By the time they will start shooting, hopefully Amazon, is wanting us to go ahead with the 3rd season. Again, I'll have to, go revisit the season 1, the season 2, note down certain things, and if the diary of the season 1 or season 2, whatever little notes that I keep all of them, and again revisit them, try to memorize and try to make something out of it, and put all of them into a new interpretation, and make a new interpretation of it, and put it in the season 3 according to their requirements. So it's a whole lot of work. It's never like कि आपने चुटकी बजाई और चले गए, because by the time you do season 3, so many things you've already done, so many characters you've already done, so many directors you've already worked with.
So the continuity of your character you have to keep in mind.
You can't keep in your mind. So that
only
for that reason one will have to revisit season 1 and season 2. Again, sit with my directors and the writers, try to understand what they want from this new one.
So on that excuse, you're going to watch the show finally, you're saying?
Yeah, I mean, that's on that excuse.
I cannot believe that you
on that excuse, you have to watch yourself.
Raj and DK, as this question is posed to you as content makers, content creators, there was some opposition to a few scenes shot in Kashmir to the previous season. Last year we saw the government come in and regulate online content, form a body. What is your reaction as content creators to this move?
The regulations I don't think
it's been proposed.
Set yet. So I'm hopeful and optimistic that seeing the content that's being made in our country, that I'm sure there'll be. I'm hopeful and optimistic that it'll actually be good set of regulations.
Okay.
So instead of being pessimistic about it, I'm thinking that it's going to be good. They're going to actually understand the creators and the audience and say that, let's have a good set of regulations that promotes creativity.
As said in
Very well played.
I'm thinking, why not think positively?
Positive.
That's what I said in
we've
your
not in general
true style.
abused the power of any platform. We were making movies, and we made the kind of movies we made, and we made the CDs we made, and I don't think we've been, just because, for example, just because there was no regulation in the last season, it's not like we went and did something crazy. We just stuck true to the story, portrayed the reality the way we saw, took a balanced approach, and we'll continue to do the same. I don't know if there is actually any basis for anybody to actually take offense at what we have done. So,
okay. Samantha, you are the big surprise in Family Man season 2. There's a lot of curiosity around your role. What can you tell us Give us a peek into what you'll be bringing to the Family Man.
That's the toughest question you can ask.
There is a reason why in the teaser, if you blink, you miss, right? Because they clearly do not want anyone to be revealing anything about this. So what do I say?
But Sam, there is a cut on your face in the poster behind you.
So why that?
Yeah.
Why there is a cut on your face?
Okay, I'll tell you everything. So it begins.
Okay, so you want to tell us or you're keeping it under wraps?
Raj, you want me to say how I got the cut and everything? Exactly the
can say
steps
a
leading
bit.
to it.
Yeah, give us a teaser to the teaser.
See, I think everybody has been saying the antagonist, but when I approached this role and when I was playing this role, I never for once thought of myself as playing the bad guy, or you know how actors, when they get the bad guy, they get excited because it gives them the liberty to what do you call
Yeah,
it?
liberty to do something more than what they do usually.
Yeah,
Explore the bad side.
Let out the crazy in them, right?
Let out the crazy, but I don't think even for 1 second, exactly, let out the crazy. I don't think for 1 second that I was thinking, come on, let me just let out the crazy. I honestly believed in everything that her thoughts, Raji's thoughts and belief system, it wasn't coming from a place of crazy at all. It was coming from a place of complete honesty to her belief system and to her truth. So I just believe that maybe it's a point of view different from Shrikant Tiwari, but not necessarily the antagonist and the baddies. So that's what I can say, that as well as the way that Raj and DK have written this, they've not taken sides. So it allowed me to explore this way of portraying the role, because of the fact that they didn't take sides.
Okay. Now, Manoj, you were one of the first actors to get back on set post the lockdown. What was the difference? Did you see a palpable difference, the way things were functioning? Were you nervous when you first stepped out? And since then till now, have things eased out in your mind?
First time I set out to shoot for a music video for Anubhav Sinha. And that was the time I was very scared. I was, I don't know, I still feel that COVID is a flu, which is a dangerous flu, definitely, much more dangerous than any regular flus. But on the set, it was raining massively, heavily it was raining. The whole setting was dangerous, The whole setting was of coming out of a spooky film, and everyone is following the protocol. PPE kit, with the shields, with the mask on.
Washing hands,
washing hands, and there is only one guy who is without any one of this. Was me, and surrounded by this, this spooky-looking, creatures, on the set, and it was pouring very badly. So it was looking like that scene was looking like coming out of a horror film. That was that one night of shoot it was, and it was very scary for me. And then second time I went out to shoot was for Family Man, whatever was left out to shoot, and it was a night shoot, 2 days, I think, 2 days or 1 day. Couple of nights, yeah. So again the same scenario there. So yeah, initially everyone was scared, but at the same time everyone wanted to work, Some out of desperation, some out of frustration, some out of needs, So. But now when I see, when I go out to shoot, sometimes I see people wearing the mask here, as if the corona will go from here. So then you have to tell them, there are people to really remind them about wearing the mask, all the time, and they are following the order very strictly. There are security guys who are making sure that all the masks are on. Earlier, that was not the case. Earlier, people were too scared to even think of, breathe without the mask.
Right. Now, my last question, Samantha, is This is your first big project outside Tamil and Telugu film industry. How has it been? Was there a noticeable difference, especially since it's a Raj and DK project with Amazon backing?
As in, it was very different because of Raj and DK and the way they are on set. Like, you know, there's this very give and take, which I found very interesting, and I couldn't have done this role without them. Like I leaned on each one of them for different reasons. Like every time I was going to an intense shot, I would take DK along, and DK would be like, okay, he'll also be trying to cry when I cry. Like, how is he?
DK is the closet actor.
Yeah, so he'll be like, how is that coming?
What are these water flowing from my ear eyes?
Yeah.
What are they called?
See, that's how good an actor I am. I've been holding back from acting a lot more.
He is holding back from becoming an actor. And I would see how they would discuss every scene, with Suman, and you know. So it was very new for me to see DK tell Raj, no, that's not working. And Raj, oh, okay, let's move on. And Raj be like, hey, DK, that's not working. So it was like, this was not the environment I was used to, where like, you know, the director has final say and all you have to do is like listen and not ask questions, or, you know. So I loved this working environment a lot. In fact, I miss it a lot. And there were so many layers, right, that I loved working on this role, because they put so many layers to everything, and it was just an amazing experience working with them. Even though it was physically, emotionally exhausting, I think they just made me want to come to work every day.
That's a good note to end on. Thank you so much for talking to us, and all the best for
Thank
season
you.
2.
Thank you.
Thank you.